In a society where competition is often glorified, the narrative of success is frequently tied to outperforming others. Yet, there exists a profound truth that many overlook. True empowerment comes from self-transformation rather than rivalry. This script delves into the journey of embracing one's individuality, erasing self-doubt, and redefining success on personal terms. The protagonist, through introspection and growth, discovers that the most significant battles are fought within, leading to a life free from the burdens of comparison. From an early age, we are conditioned to compete. Schools pit us against each other in grades, sports, and achievements. This competitive spirit, while instilling a sense of ambition, often breeds anxiety and a relentless pursuit of validation. The protagonist reflects on their childhood memories, recalling the pressure to excel and the feeling of inadequacy that lingered when they fell short. The relentless chase for approval from peers and authority figures creates a toxic environment where self-worth is measured against others. The protagonist realizes that this mindset is not only exhausting, but also detrimental to personal growth. As the protagonist navigates through life, they encounter a pivotal moment of failure that shakes their foundation. It could be a lost job opportunity, a failed relationship, or a personal setback that forces them to confront their insecurities. In this moment of vulnerability, they begin to question the validity of competition. Why should their worth be dictated by external achievements? This introspection leads to a revelation. Instead of competing, they can focus on erasing the negative beliefs that hinder their progress. This realization marks the beginning of a transformative journey. With a newfound perspective, the protagonist embarks on a path of self-discovery. They start by identifying the limiting beliefs that have been ingrained in them for years. Through journaling, meditation, and self-reflection, they confront the fears that have held them back. This process is not easy. It requires courage to face the uncomfortable truths about oneself. However, as they begin to erase these negative narratives, they uncover their true passions and desires. The protagonist learns that success is not a destination, but a continuous journey of self-improvement and authenticity. Erasure becomes a powerful tool in the protagonist's life. They learn to let go of the need for external validation and instead focus on cultivating self-acceptance. This shift in mindset allows them to pursue their passions without the fear of judgment. The protagonist explores new hobbies, engages in creative pursuits, and builds meaningful relationships. Each step taken in this direction reinforces the idea that their value is inherent, not contingent upon societal standards. They begin to understand that the journey of self-discovery is not about erasing others, but about erasing the doubt that clouds their vision. As time progresses, the protagonist encounters others who are still trapped in the cycle of competition. They witness friends and colleagues striving for recognition, often at the expense of their well-being. The protagonist feels a deep sense of empathy for them, recognizing the pain of comparison that they once experienced. Instead of feeling superior, they choose to share their journey, hoping to inspire others to embrace the philosophy of erasure. They organize workshops and discussions, creating safe spaces where individuals can express their insecurities and explore the concept of self-acceptance. Through these interactions, the protagonist learns the value of community. They realize that while the journey is personal, it is also collective. Each person has their own struggles, and by supporting one another, they can create an environment that fosters growth without competition. The protagonist encourages open dialogues about mental health, self-worth, and the importance of erasing societal expectations. They see the transformation in others as they begin to let go of the need to compete and start focusing on their individual paths. As the protagonist continues to evolve, they face new challenges that test their resolve. Life is not devoid of obstacles, and moments of self-doubt still arise. However, armed with the tools of erasure, they approach these challenges with a different mindset. Instead of succumbing to the pressure to compete, they remind themselves of their journey and the importance of self-compassion. They practice mindfulness, grounding themselves in the present moment, and recognizing that setbacks are part of the growth process. The protagonist also begins to reflect on their achievements, not through the lens of comparison, but through personal milestones. They celebrate their progress, no matter how small, and acknowledge the effort it took to get there. This shift in perspective allows them to appreciate their journey fully. They understand that success is not a linear path, but a series of experiences that shape who they are. Each accomplishment, whether big or small, becomes a testament to their resilience and commitment to erasing the limitations that once held them back. As the protagonist shares their story more widely, they attract a following of like-minded individuals who resonate with the message of erasure. Together, they form a community dedicated to supporting one another in their journeys of self-discovery. They host events that promote creativity, self-expression, and mental well-being, emphasizing the importance of celebrating individuality over competition. This community becomes a safe haven where members can share their struggles, triumphs, and the lessons learned along the way. The protagonist's life transforms as they embrace this new philosophy. They find joy in collaboration rather than rivalry, understanding that collective growth is far more fulfilling than individual accolades. They engage in projects that highlight the strengths of others, creating an environment where everyone can thrive.